8:33 p.m. Tuesday, October 11th, 2022. Episode number 950 of Yeah Dude. My name is Jonathan, and this is Seth. Hello, Seth.
Jonathan, 950 episodes.
Yeah.
We started on February 11th, 2006. It's now October 2022. Wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for joining us. Thank you so much for inventing podcasting.
Thank you.
As an art form.
Thank you.
God, really, when you look back when a new medium is invented, it makes you think about sort of like fire
It's
in
inventor.
the wheel. It's inventor, if you will.
If you wheel.
Saving the Complex.
Uh-oh.
Do you know on Santa Monica Boulevard there's the Complex? It's a little row of tiny theaters that does sort of independent Los Angeles theatrical productions.
South side of the street?
That would be on the south side of the street.
Would it be maybe across from maybe like a Honda dealership or something like that? Is that somewhere
You're
in there?
you're
in the region?
you're-
Dragonfly?
Yes.
Right, stretch right there.
Psychologically, you're in the right spaces.
It's a kind of a funny little
Kind of a funny little
theater row that we have. A theater row that we
right
in LA.
here in Hollywood.
Right in the heart of Hollywood.
Well,
For a little off color, not off color. We don't have a Broadway.
Off
Off Broadway.
So quaint and cute but
Worthless.
run down rinky dink and about to become as we've a condo.
Yeah,
Again,
my condo.
more murders.
My
Our
recording
condo.
studio.
Recording studio / condo. Oh yeah, dude, studios. So, I know they're trying to save it, and I'm just like,
Who? The people there.
whatever.
Yeah.
At first I was like, yeah, but then even now, I'm
LA's
just
great
like,
improvisers.
yes, like, come on, it's just a building. But then you want the history and
Does the building have?
well, the building, it turns
like
out,
a Chaplin-
it's a streetcar.
Charlie
It's a
Chaplin?
streetcar building, is what it's called. Architecturally, it does have some
Like
historic. The idea
streetcar
was
building, meaning it's stored as street.
meaning at one point it was sort of shared. It was apartments. It was a way because there was too many cars in the 1920s, so they were like, well, what if we built kind of a row of houses where people would share bathrooms, and we'd break it off into rooms that people could live in, and then we'd have it near streetcars,
So they didn't have cars.
so people wouldn't have cars. It would
Flop
just be
houses.
sort of,
Cold water flats.
if you will.
No, but I mean, I'm saying
Yeah,
this would
kind of.
maybe be this was the same era as like maybe the cold water
Yeah, this
flats
was-
of New York. Like
this
this
was-
was the same kind of thing.
Well,
or I guess later
yeah.
on, right? Because
They're having traffic problems, it said, so they sort of
There has to be-
architecturally, so it has that going for it. But in the idea of the person, the owner, Matt Chait, one way I'm asking you to contribute, if you can, in this very long, look at this.
It's a cool border
Yeah,
choice.
he's asking.
I like the border choice.
it's
Weirdo.
insane border choices.
Is that, I thought it was film stock, but I mean,
Sort of.
but
Maybe
it's
that's
actually
it.
like
One way I'm asking you to contribute, if you can, is to let us know, because they're doing a big demonstration where we're going to go outside, and say, save the complex. If you know,
And
if
the
there were any
elephants.
people that attended acting, singing, or improv classes here, or performed here, or both, that subsequently rose to prominence, that information could be very impressive to the board and would strengthen our case for historical landmark status.
I know of a couple.
Quentin
Simon Helberg,
Simon Helberg. Simon Helberg.
ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Quentin.
Quentin Tarantino rehearsed The Hateful Eight here.
Okay.
The improvisations that led to the film Dancing at the Blue Iguana all took place in what is now the MC Studio, which was converted to a strip club during this process. I looked this movie up. It's a movie about a bunch of female strippers. I believe it's called Dancing at the Blue Iguana. It came out in 2000. I don't know if I can stand at a building and look sorrowful and have someone be like, what's wrong? And I'll say, they rehearsed Dancing at the Blue Iguana in this building.
No, they didn't. They shot it there.
They
shot
rehearsed
the
it.
strip club
They
scene.
rehearsed it.
Oh, they only rehearsed it.
Rehearsed it.
Well, who's
and
in
someone
this
will say,
film?
what is this film? I'll say, it's a 2000 film drama, and it was rehearsed in this very building.
Dancing at the Blue Iguana.
but these, for the most part, were with people that had already achieved notoriety. What are more interesting are things like, are you ready for this? Kent Bateman, the father of Justine and Jason Bateman.
He consummated his marriage there.
Oh, actually, he wrote He wrote Justine and Justin Bateman. You know the great podcast, and you know the actor Justin Bateman. Ran a theater company out of the complex that for 3 years.
Seth, you didn't tell me it was Daryl Hannah and Sandra Oh that started it.
I know. It's on Criterion. You can catch it on Criterion. Kent Bateman, father of Justine, and he wrote Justin
I've seen this
Bateman,
because I remember Meg
rehearsing at the
Jennifer Tilly is banging hot.
I
in
got
it.
some Jennifer Tilly coming up later on the show for you.
Thank you.
I knew it. It all comes back to Tilly.
It's always about the Tillys.
So that film that you had to look up.
Jennifer, Meg.
They rehearsed it there, and so that's when you saw me crying outside that building. That was because in 2000, maybe in 99, they rehearsed there. Now, again, back to Kent Bateman, father of Justin and Justine. Justin, he wrote.
Justin and
Justin and Justine ran a theater company out of the complex for 3 years to show off the prodigious talents of his 2 children. So you're telling me that I'm going to tell a board member, save this building because Jason and Justine Bateman's father had a theater company here for 3 years?
Yeah.
We can show the board that we're not only a streetcar building, but we're a building that gave a number of prominent people an opportunity to learn, develop their skills, and then rise to prominence.
So,
Jonathan.
the theory is that it should be protected as a streetcar building but are streetcar buildings protected in West Hollywood?
This would be Hollywood, and the
This is
idea of that
Hollywood.
is that maybe we could get it under the Register of Historic Places.
That's
or
what I
maybe
mean.
the LA Conservancy.
But are there streetcar buildings? Are they
I don't
considered
know if-
historic places?
I don't know.
No
I think
way.
they're trying everything,
They
including
can.
saying that like Jason Bateman's dad had a theater company there. You remember when you drove by and you saw me crying on the street, and I was standing in front of that building, and you asked me why I was
I
crying?
was wearing the Meg Tilly shirt.
I had a Meg Tilly shirt, and the first time when you were driving east, I was like, I'm crying because they rehearsed dancing at the Blue Iguana in this building, and they're thinking about tearing it down. But then when you ran your errand and came back the other way, I was like, I'm still crying because I just found out that Justine Bateman's father had a theater company here for 3 years.
Justine's. Plural. Justine's Bateman.
Bateman's father, Kent, had a theater company here.
Justine's Bateman
Are
father.
you listening to me, board?
The father of the Justines.
Listen, not everything is fucking historical. Hey, shit has happened
Listen,
in every building
Honestly,
that ever...
nothing in this city is historical because
you're
we
right,
tear
they tear it
everything
all
down
down.
every 60 years. So
paved
don't come at
Paradise and we
me.
put
Why
up
don't
a
you go to
motherfucking
fucking
parking
go try and fucking save some petroglyphs or something because nobody gives a fuck about your
God,
dilapidated
you
ass.
know me. I'm LA
I mean-
Conservancy, last remaining seats. I want it all.
Listen.
I want it all to survive. I just don't know.
CBGB's is closed and gone. I don't think we can save the Santa Monica dick fuck playhouse. Okay?
Jonathan, they rehearsed dancing at the Blue Iguana in this building. They recreated the strip club on the 3rd floor of this streetcar
I
building.
mean, the idea that there was a.
that Daryl Hannah could have been topless in this building, right there is enough to save it.
I mean, I guarantee you, Tilly was.
We should go to the protest with
stills.
signs, stills, nude topless photos. Save Daryl Hannah's boobs where she once rehearsed here. Again, like your elephants, like at the zoo. We have to find.
Reached my limit.
Yeah, you have to find the best way to get the crowd
the
going.
best pentameter.
Chant, the best
The
chant.
catchiest chant.
Tilly,
Tits.
Tilly. Let me go right into it,
Tilly's
Tilly.
tits. Save Tilly's tits. Save Tilly's tits. Good.
No? 25 things you don't know about me. Jennifer Tilly.
Oh,
Well, I mean, everything is, they're all fantastic, and we don't know them.
I might.
You probably do. You're like, oh, I knew that. You kind of know her favorite food. Or Number 8, on a Sunday afternoon, I'm usually swimming naked in the pool with my boyfriend. Fuck, right? It
Yeah,
sends you over the
you
edge.
fucker.
You fuck. You
And
mother-
guess what? Her boyfriend's like probably like 28.
he's like a poker player because she's like obsessed with poker.
I didn't know that actually.
Like,
Did she
but
talk
we
about?
know it's like her.
I thought you knew
entire-
everything
it's like-
about her.
it's like everything. It's like her
Anything that has to
entire-
do with her romantic life, I can't. I have to
I
tune
don't
it
think
out.
about or
I
poker
only
or
think
gambling because I don't think of her sinfully or lustfully.
Anyway, it's just strictly her career and her likes.
I have a psychic ability. You knew that. Sensual psychic ability.
She knew I knew that.
What's about this one? 25 things you don't know about me. Number 12. If there's a ghost, I'll see it. In college, I woke up to a man sitting by my bed smiling. He looked like Chucky. So
So it was a premonition.
I don't. Is it
was a
okay?
life-size-
That's why I'm asking you.
is it a
was
life-
a life-sized
Chucky?
It was an adult.
But before-
Grandpa Chucky.
But
it was
did-
an adult man.
Did she conjure Chucky before Chucky existed?
That's what I'm-
Was she in the first one?
She is.
She's Chucky.
She's Chucky.
She's the voice of Chucky.
Chucky. So
she's
you
the
think-
voice and the bride of Chucky.
The man she saw was a
Is she-
ghost. Is that what she means by that? But that ghost
or an entity.
or an entity, and she had a premonition. The premonition was of Charles,
A full-grown
full-grown Charles,
life-size,
murderous,
non-doll,
non-murderous, because he was only sitting on the bed,
smiling, huge and human.
in human
A
form.
huge human Chucky. Told
Charles,
you that you were going to
gonna be
in a movie
superstar
about a
with Jonathan
doll.
naked in a pool, gambling.
Every day gambling.
Chumash Casino, Jonathan. Amazing.
I'm making her do signings like in a hotel room so that,
Amazing.
to fund my
Yeah,
career.
to fund this addiction, which is loss. You don't win.
Love.
Love of loss. Amazing. Yeah, because I guess season 2, Chucky is back. You know, I was right in when that fool, I told you about what happened when that fucking guy, when Chucky went buck wild at that fucking high school auditorium, and I was like, Chucky is like
Terrifying?
out of control, terrifying.
Somebody get a hold of this.
But I guess
Chucky.
season 2 is back, and back with a fucking vengeance.
Okay.
You got to keep an eye on that dude.
We're being burgled?
Um,
You think it's your significant other?
Yeah, back from
Your
Oklahoma.
domestic
back
partner?
from well, it could be better on a Tuesday night than
Will you find out? Open the door.
I can sense by the walk.
Oh, you
know
can?
that- yeah.
The pitter patter.
Yeah. Well, if
The
you just saw,
corn is as high as an elephant's eye.
we should-
Burgled. They
Burgled.
didn't know we were
It's
here.
a home
They just
invasion.
got quiet.
Yeah, because she'd come in with a spring in her step after a run.
You would think she'd
Yeah.
kick the door open and
Yeah.
just be like,
Like,
"Oh, Oklahoma, where the sun it is, I'm rocking on the chains."
Oh, this is a home invasion.
They're
This is the most.
they're either
quiet-
loading a gun or they're out.
Yeah.
They've left the house already. Maybe it was a cat.
This is a home invasion.
What if we actually had a home invasion transpire while we were in here recording a show, but we didn't find out until
'Cause-
afterwards?
'cause
Like
we're
how my
just-
motorcycle, like it just came out, I was gone.
Yo, it's
And
like-
I was like, wait. I was like, when did this happen? And I looked on the cameras, and I was like, it happened between
Oh,
4 and 5. And I was
when I
like,
was
well,
outside,
when I
like-
was outside smoking,
When I heard that, like raccoon.
when I heard the little
like
that
raccoon, by
crazy
raccoon,
critter.
I mean junkie. Stealing. Give her some more.
Wait, I used to know one of the songs.
That would be
the
amazing.
ballad.
Then she could come in. You could burst into it. Fucking. Is there any duets?
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of. Oh God, fucking damn it.
No, it's her. I got it. I could just
You-
tell.
you figured it
Heel,
out?
heel to toe. I can tell on the hardwood. And give me some verse. Give me a little bit.
Oh, people will say we're in love. Let me try and remember that one.
Okay.
I'm blowing it.
This is a copyright infringement. Is it-
I used to know them because I
Amazing. She
I
should've-
think my.
I wish she knew that. She would have. She could have gone with her.
What do you mean? She knew. I told her.
No, I mean before. Yeah.
No, because then I would have to.
Then you would have
have
gone.
to have gone.
Would have gone. Yeah.
Um,
But what if you got discovered because you were tip tapping
and they were like, "Wait, this guy's got
like he seems
he
to
seems to be mouthing a lot of the
Can we
words.
get him in this?
We need
touring?
an understudy
You're going on tour
for Toby or with Toby's understudy. Seth, I've got to leave. This
Have to
podcast
leave
is
the
going on
show.
hiatus
I'm touring with Oklahoma.
indefinitely.
Definitely. Indubitably.
Indubitably, indefinitely,
Definitely.
touring as an understudy for Toby in the new Oklahoma.
The all nude production.
All new production of Yoklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Oh shit, man. Fuck, man. No, that's it. No, that's the most wonderful
What? That's the most wonderful. I think that's
state in the union
with corn.
that's got corn in
Corn
it.
in it.
USA Today snapshots food drinks that get a bad rap. U.S. adults who think consuming these in moderation is detrimental to a person's health. So this is things that we're not supposed. I don't understand.
Or that we
think are bad for us.
but that probably or that are or we just
Well, a
imagine?
bad rap would mean an
it's gotta be- no.
It doesn't. A bad rap is
people
means
can
that-
have a bad rap. They might be.
But I
might
thought
think
bad
somebody's-
rap meant a misappropriation of rap.
Okay, like you think he's a bad boy, but he's
He
actually
ain't.
not.
He's a good
He's
guy.
a good boy.
Sweet boy.
Sweet boy.
U.S. adults who think consuming these in moderation.
What are they? I'll tell you.
Diet soda. 61% say they think drinking these is detrimental to a person's health, but I thought they were.
I think they are.
Sugar, 59%.
I mean, yeah,
Salt, 44%.
worst.
Red meat, 27%. Black coffee,
Oh, this
14%.
is the percentage of so less and less people.
Red wine, 14%. Milk, 11% of people think it's detrimental to. Okay, so it's not about whether that's true or
It's
not.
just-
It's just
it's got a
about the
bad rap.
amount.
Well, some of those things should have a bad rap. Some
I
shouldn't.
would think all
Like
of them
milk.
except for red wine, all I think
Are bad.
need a worse rap than they have, and
even
they
worse
already
rap.
do.
The only thing is should just be red wine.
Yeah, it should just say red wine, A-okay.
Red, and then everything else. If I poured you a glass of milk,
Also, this says who think consuming these in moderation is still detrimental, and that can't be right because
yeah, but these are things.
nothing in moderation is detrimental.
Really,
Nothing.
ayahuasca?
Definitely
Definitely
not.
not.
But
That's like red wine. I microdose a little bit of ayu. I call it aqua because it's so little.
Plant teacher.
And I do about my master plant teacher. And this is my mommy's master plant liquid. Just a half bottle. I do a half bottle of red wine in the morning with my omelets. Are eggs
in
bad
the
for you?
shower.
What's a wrap on eggs?
Yeah, I think eggs get a good rap, but they actually need a worse rap because they are higher in cholesterol than people know. But everyone says they're a great source of protein. That's
What
why
about breakfast? What about a porterhouse steak and a glass of milk for your school-aged children? Because you want them to
8-ounce glass of milk and a
8-ounce
16-ounce steak.
porterhouse.
8-ounce
For
porterhouse.
all your children under 10, 6 to 10. Because you want them to have
First
a
meal.
hearty meal when they go off to school.
You can burn that off throughout the rest of the day.
Backpacks, you see those
25,
fucking kids, they're
30,
just like
30 kilo backpack.
adorable. 30 pounds of books that they ain't reading, dragging them down. Adorable.
Yeah. I wouldn't say that you probably have any of these.
Love coffee.
That's right.
That can't be good for you. That's a drug. That's a drug that we've allowed to just infiltrate our fucking psyches and systems.
Yes.
It's a drug. It's worse than cocaine,
It is?
I think.
Worse because it doesn't get you as high,
Because it doesn't work.
but it's
just as
addictive. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's a drug with drugs that get bad raps.
Yeah.
Deserved bad raps.
Caffeine.
The least fun drugs are the easiest to
Get
obtain.
you hooked.
Right?
You go hook a kid on a fucking...
Well, I guess that's it. It's
you
a
give a
shitty
school
drug,
kid
so the only
espresso-
way you can do it is like make it cheap because
Yeah.
that's the only way you can justify it. Because otherwise, it was like if
Look
it
at
was
us
$20
now.
a gram, you'd be like, no.
I mean, that's eight.
I'm gonna
we
do
already went over
cocaine.
that, though. Like,
I mean, that's what I mean. How much more before I would be like,
what if you
hey,
just
man,
took all the money that you were going to spend at Starbucks in a week and took down bought cocaine with it and just had one night?
Of good cocaine.
good
use.
cocaine that you use once every week.
So once a week, I've
Moderately-
given up Starbucks,
But one
but
night a
traded
week
that in for Sunday cocaine.
of
nights.
delicious Peruvian
Inside
Bolivian
indoor
marching
solo cocaine
powder,
night.
solo cocaine use. You can pick your day. Every 2 weeks you pick a day or a night.
And I use
both.
all the money I've not spent
on Starbucks,
Starbucks.
on premium grade cocaine. Wouldn't that be good? I don't know what the rates are, but we could probably get you a bulk fucking units for this experiment. I don't know. I don't want to pry into.
It would only be $90 worth of cocaine every 2 weeks. But that's
$90 of
That's a-
cocaine for one person would probably be like a lot of cocaine. No,
I don't
know.
think a lot, but enough for a night.
Would if one person spent $100 on cocaine and it was just for them, would that be enough to sustain an evening of cocaine use?
Solo cocaine use.
Yes.
I would think just.
Moderation, simply. I'm a simple man.
But the thing
I
is,
use
you'd have to
100
start out using less because you are ultimately you're going to tap out at 91.
Yeah.
So you have to ramp up
Start at
to where
40.
you got to start at 40. Oh,
But if you did
every 2
$40
weeks.
of cocaine right now, what is that, a line, 2 lines?
No, it's more than that.
That would fuck you up. If you snorted 2 lines of premium cocaine right now,
But it would
you'd
fuck
feel
you up
it.
for 20 minutes, and then you would need 2 more lines. 30 minutes.
Take them.
An hour.
Do it. It's an experiment.
Prices.
I don't want to ask you who did all of your intense body work, but I have some information right here from an international energy therapist. All therapy online by email. What? You do your work in person, correct? The only way true work can be done.
Can be accomplished.
Yeah.
Real healing.
Everything is energy. Change the inside to create the outside. Match frequency and create your life. I look at all aspects of self-sabotage, what you need to let go of, clear all chakra and aura levels. All clearings are monthly to see patterns of behavior. Andrea Jones, healer at bigpond.com. I think it's a beautiful young woman with a beautiful dog. She looks like a healer, no?
Bit young, maybe, to be
She
healing.
looks pretty young to be healing.
I don't know.
The thoughts we think are the emotions we feel and eventually how we look.
Physically?
Does that make sense? I don't know.
I believe that, but that's an
Okay.
inside belief.
Okay, so you would never write that on a piece of paper. That
fucking
finds in
way.
a vegan
It's
restaurant.
psychotic to write that.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's okay to believe it, though.
We all believe
But
it.
don't print it.
Don't print it. Don't write it. By establishing a balance from what doesn't matter to what does, it creates the energy of love, which is inner beauty.
Yes.
I work on aging, fitness, finances, relationships.
This bitch can't be talking to me
blocks
about
to
aging.
life
She's
issues
18 years old.
within and without. My qualifications: pranic
I'm hot.
healing. I'm hot. My dog's cute. Runyon. Deal with
I'm
it.
young.
Aloe. Yoga. Handle it. Pranic healing. Forensic healing. Now healing. Quantum bioenergetics, kinesiology and kinergetics, body and emotion codes, 25 years traveling and knowledge with respected Indian guru. I mean, she's only 30.
She's
26.
25.
So she was born
To a guru.
to a
She's the
Indian
daughter
guru.
of a
She's the daughter of an Indian
She's
guru.
the adopted daughter.
I'm the adopted daughter of a huge Indian guru.
No, of an Indian guru's accountant.
Accountant.
Traveling accountant. And I toured with them.
The body stores memories of trauma, and my aim is to delete this information.
Delete that trauma.
Delete the trauma. UID.
Control Alt delete that trauma.
Trauma. That's Andrea Jones Healer at bigpond.com.
Big Pond. Where did you?
I don't know.
Why do you have this?
Well, these are things. When I see something that says inner beauty, I snatch it right up.
So this is
'Cause that's what I want.
She does energetic clearing through email.
International energy therapist, all therapy online by email.
So that means you don't even talk to. You're not even talking to her on a vid or
no Zoom.
Not even chatting.
She just emails
This
you.
is just one. Like I'm thinking about this, and then she like reads it and then
Emails
writes
you-
you
yeah,
back. Like,
emails
oh,
you
sorry,
back.
I didn't get you back. I was a crazy day. Anyway,
But you're good.
hey, you're good.
You're clear.
We'll talk next week.
We'll talk every Monday.
By
Tuesday,
talk, I
Wednesday,
mean,
Thursday,
email
Friday.
me.
money.
So crazy.
Zelle. I heard a lot of bad things about Zelle. Send it. So
I hope so. I hope it works that way.
It
would be
better.
so cool if energetic healing works that way.
Just get an email.
I
you're
just
healed.
I didn't realize that.
You pay the
I mean,
money.
it does.
What
you
could be better?
if it's energy. I mean, it doesn't.
Listen, it takes
It's not
energy.
confined by the physical
Listen,
rules that we
zeros
are.
and ones. Don't let the Matrix confuse you.
But I thought it was physical.
That maybe you're old school. This is the.
I
new
thought
way
it
that
did
the
have
kids-
something to do with your physical. I thought the whole idea was like energy is vibration and stuff, but it's like you can't send vibrations through an email.
Andrea can.
I mean, I
Big
could send like binaural beats.
Yeah.
I mean, it's physical. You're like vibrating it out of your body.
The
I thought.
thoughts we think are the emotions we feel.
And eventually,
And
what Jonathan
eventually
looks like
What Jonathan looks like
in the face,
in the flesh.
and
Face
face area. So wait, that is what I. Yeah, I think I believe that, and I'd never say it.
And it took you 3 hours. She can do it with a click.
just
send.
bitch.
Send. Healed. Money, 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 money.
Bitch. Clear.
But there's a picture. She's smiling, and the dog is very cute.
The dog is a. That dog is a.
The dog's a winner.
Dog is a purebred puppy mill. It's like not an appropriate.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a very.
this is like
not a
brand new
rescue
species,
Yeah,
like, they ran a DNA test
it's like
on
a
it. They were
GMO
like,
puppy.
I don't know what this could be. A horse. I don't know what the fuck this is. This is
Hypoallergenic baby mini horse.
totally doesn't shit. This dog is crazy.
Born without it. Fucking
What?
no rectum.
Yeah, you feed it one sugar cube every
3
days.
months.
You get inner beauty. Don't say that or write that. Keep those kind of fucking
No, just tell them.
Keep those ego trip thoughts to yourself.
No, you tell them in confidence.
Through email,
through
secure
a confident email, encrypted
VPN
server.
email. Wow,
Fuck, man.
fuck, man is right.
Did you have the pizza at Margot's?
No.
Dee didn't like it. Doesn't like that vegan pizza from them.
Oh, I didn't like that.
He didn't. But he didn't have. I don't think he's had anything else.
Yeah, that cacio pepe.
Ooh,
I know how
You
do.
liked it, right? You were down.
I just like it because
Where
I
did-
like when you say it and eat it.
But wait, did you like it?
I want
did
you
Samantha
to get,
like
I
it?
want you to get headshots eating cacio pepe, like looking over at the photographer, half eating cacio pepe, and that's your headshot. If you see me, if you drive by, and I am bawling.
like knees buckled,
screaming in front of that building, know that I'm screaming because they're gonna tear it down.
and that's the Blue
And
Iguana.
that's the building in
rehearsal.
1999 where they rehearsed Dancing at the Blue Iguana.
with Meg and Jennifer
with
Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly and Daryl Hannah and Sandra Oh. And if you tear this fucking building down, you tear my fucking heart and soul
So
out.
that's Meg Tilly or Jennifer? Meg Tilly
Jennifer
is
Tilly. Oh, what Meg was in
Meg
that?
Tilly's her sister, and she was maybe considered the more, what would it be? The more serious actress?
I'm not sure in the Tilly pantheon how they were perceived.
Are there
by,
more than one?
You mean like the Wayans? You think there's a series of Tillys that have been
There's more than one
unleashed?
Tilly. I mean, there's one. There are. I thought there was just the Tilly sisters. 2. Are you
Like
telling
a-
me there's
it's like a bonus Jonas, like Frankie? There's like a Tilly we don't know of.
Meg?
There's Meg,
Jennifer?
Jennifer. Is there another Tilly? Is there a male Tilly? David Tilly. Because there's a Julia Robertson and Eric Roberts. We know that.
Steve,
Steve Tilly.
Rebecca, Jennifer, and Meg.
They're like the Arquettes.
Told you.
Fuck.
Steve Tilly is an actor.
Fuck!
Born in Marin County.
Do you think he ever rehearsed anything in that fucking building?
He was in Forgiving the Franklins and Getting to Know You. From 2005, Getting to Know You, I do believe, did a
rehearsed.
meet and greet there.
They did a
Q&A
Q&A
for the families.
at the complex.
Their father's name is Harry Chan.
Was he an actor? You have to be if all your kids are actors, right? You just like
I don't think so.
he just put them in the business, put
Mother-
them to work.
Is an actress, Patricia Tilly.
Okay. Let's put that down.
Yeah, you don't wanna though.
I don't want. I want to tell everybody
wanna-
what all the Tillys did.
This is my new show.
My new
It's
show called
Talking Tillies.
Searching the Tillys.
Telling the
Talking
Tillies.
Tillies.
Talking to Tilly.
Do you know what Steve Tilly loves? Ceramics. Did you know
It's
that?
actually, when I first met you, I actually thought your name was Seth Roma Tilly. thought it was
you were,
three names. I thought it was like
Oh,
Jennifer, Jason Lee, Seth Roma, Tilly. I thought you were one of. I thought you were the.
Oh, he looks
second,
like Jennifer.
I thought you were the other Tilly brother.
He's serious like Meg, though.
I thought you were Steve's other brother.
He's sexy like Jennifer, but serious like Meg.
Brooding
but
like
aloof
Steve.
like Steve.
Is this show over? I'm having like hot flashes or something.
Brooding like Steve. He's a fucking brooding actor. Fuck, man.
Fox Nation Patriot Awards
Whoa,
2022.
whoa.
November 17th, Hard Rock Live at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Davie, Florida.
Wow.
Oh, this is just south of Fort Lauderdale. It's an award show like no other. Celebrating racism, mostly. Celebrating patriotism, excuse me. Different ism. All tickets include a free 1-year subscription to Fox Nation.
Wow, that's a good deal.
There will be a live taping of Tucker Carlson tonight on site.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Also
that shit live?
Sponsored by Golden Corral.
Yep.
For people that don't know, that would be more like a
It's a buffet. You know what it is?
Like a hometown, or is it like a more like a
Well, I think it's like a ever since
Cracker
like
Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. You mean?
Why? Because they're like, who do they support? Where they got a?
Well, they have that fucking vegan sausage up in
that's
there.
Why.
So Fox Nation ain't gonna deal with Cracker Barrel no more. Used to be.
We've severed ties.
We severed ties with Cracker Barrel. We're Golden Corral people now. We're part of the come get corralled over at Golden Corral. Good fucking. That's a good home style buffet where you're just
filling,
fucking house that shit.
Filling.
You bring everybody, grandma, grandpa, all your kin, because all your kin's gonna get satisfied at a Golden Corral because it's gonna be everything.
All
you
their
want garlic
favorites.
bread?
You got it. But what do you want? You want poppers?
I want poppers.
I want crab legs.
I want pumpkin pie, crab legs, poppers.
Well,
you're at the corral now. You can save the Cracker Barrel for your fucking cousin that lives in New York City.
So, this should be a treat. Who's been given a Patriot Award in the past? Do we know?
Well, all the greats.
All the greats.
All the greats.
And this has been an awards. This is how many?
100
like
years?
maybe
I think 100 years. Centennial, at least. Listen, I love Hollywood. You know that. I can't stop talking about Hollywood. I can't stop talking about Los Angeles. You ever been to the Toyota of Hollywood at 6000 Hollywood Boulevard, cross street Gower? Get your bearings.
Gower in Hollywood.
You go up to Gower. You're driving up north on Gower. You're going. You see Roscoe's.
Never
you're
been.
like,
I've
you
never
make
been
a
to
right on Hollywood, but it's right there. This is the Toyota of Hollywood. It's the site of the original, the very first headquarters of Toyota Motor Sales US of A. Right there. Huh?
It's directly across the street from there's that big theater right there. It's like always it's always for rent. It's like it's like nightclubs and shit.
Used to be Florentine Gardens.
Thank you.
Opened on Halloween in 1957 with 2 Toyota Toyopet Crown sedans for sale for $2,300. Looks like that building's gone too. That's a big, long lot of Corollas. And I guess these fucking developers, they'll kill anyone that's bought a Corolla there. I told her, I'm like, you got a RAV4. Did you lease it from there? They're going to fucking kill you. They found out every person that leased or bought a car from there, and to own that lot, they're going to fucking kill you.
They're going to find you.
They're going to find you, and they're going to fucking kill you.
That to me, does that building have like a 60s, 50s vibe to it at all?
Nope.
It's big glass.
Yeah, it's a big, long lot.
But
And
it's
when
not,
these
but the building isn't like,
no,
it's not cool.
Well, I mean, I could tell you, you don't know this.
But
a lot of famous people have leased Toyotas there.
Drank
Drank beers in the parking lot.
This Toyota dealership.
And then, a lot of celebrities have had styrofoam coffee while leasing. Bryan Cranston, before he was on Breaking Bad, he was a struggling actor. Him and his wife, they leased a Corolla there in '94.
They hadn't.
They had it, and so we're saving the building. So if you see me crying out in front of it, I'll be like, Bryan Cranston he leased a Corolla here.
Before he was a billionaire.
Before he was a bajillionaire. And now I'm crying for the developers.
Ask Marilyn Voss Savant.
Oh my God.
Marilyn, is it possible for someone to die from exhaustion? If so, how? Signed, Andrea Price, Grafton, Wisconsin.
CrossFit enthusiast.
CrossFit crazies. If a person has been active in an extreme way, for any lengthy period of time,
Like months?
so much so that the behavior could be called absurd,
Wow.
death from a heart attack is possible.
Well, I mean, that's...
But only
She
if
said
the person
exhaustion.
had an underlying heart condition.
Okay.
Otherwise, the event is just too rare to consider. And this doesn't mean that pushing yourself excessively is safe.
To the limit.
Such ongoing exhaustion may lead to the same problems caused by stress from outside sources: chronic fatigue, anxiety, depression, and surprisingly, in the case of exhaustion, insomnia. But if the stress continues unabated for long-term immunological deficiencies may occur.
Could occur.
Well, that they talk about from sleep deprivation, like the
But
delirium.
Wouldn't your body
Stop before you
give
could
out
kill?
before you died?
I think-
wouldn't you pass out?
Yes.
If you brought yourself to the brink of total exhaustion, before your body stopped living or breathing, you would faint or something, right?
No, you could do enough damage to your organs
Okay, in
through
the
dehydration of that
Oh, wow.
that you wouldn't
could
be able to
trigger a-
recover. I mean, that happens, damage, internal damage due to malnourishment or dehydration. Also, the brain can suffer from that, and you could probably put yourself in that state to where your body could suffer and not be able to recover. Not could. People have, I think. But I don't think it's ever happened from anyone from Grafton, Wisconsin. I would
Where
say.
do you think this is
Maybe in
happening?
like extreme like desert situations and stuff. I mean, like I don't think somebody could like work construction to death.
What if you just kept working over shift after shift after shift?
Physically demanding,
you were building a house.
That's
and
when I read exhaustion, what I thought was sleep
You're just-
deprivation. I wasn't thinking physical exhaustion.
Exhaustion,
And what
you
Marilyn
just-
is talking about is
you were
the
covering
brain
all your
starts
friends'
to
shifts, and you just kept working and working and working until you died.
No. What are you talking
Like
about?
you tried to drive that that nail in, and you died.
You're
'Cause
just
you
like,
wouldn't you just like?
yes, you'd
pass-
fall
okay.
asleep.
You wouldn't die.
You
You wouldn't die before you passed out.
don't.
You got to pass out first, and then you'd come to, and then
then
people would be
keep
like,
working.
"You can't work." Oh yeah,
And
you're
then
like,
you're
"Get out of
like-
my way!" Like,
and then you die.
and then you die. Okay.
Maybe this woman, maybe Andrea has already passed the passing out part. She's just wondering what happens after that.
Maybe.
Oh, no.
Maybe people,
No.
when they're in their
No.
teenage years, write poetry in the '90s. But from what I'm reading here, this could have been written right now. The song is called. Excuse me. Well, when you hear it.
You're going to know.
When we talk about these Cadician
no.
notes,
This is
and
the worst
tones,
one.
This is the
This
one.
is the one I want to leave the room for.
This is the one that Anthony Kiedis offered me $100,000 to the rights
Just
to.
hand it over to me.
Hand
Just fold
this-
it over.
Hand
push
me
it across
the
the
lyrics
table.
to funk rap, and here's a check for $100,000.
definitely
And I said to him at
I
Cafe
said to-
Gratitude, no.
And not only no, but also I did not name it funk rap.
Walking down the street just the other day, I see a blue-pink panther coming my way. A fajita pita in his hand, dreaded hair tied back with a rubber band. He blew me a kiss, floated up to the sky, then I looked into a mirror and dived into the black of my eye.
Not the best pentameter
No,
there.
no, it works. There I met a funky green worm. He gave me a map to the river of sperm. There I kickboxed with an armadillo. Then I woke up. I was punching my pillow. It was all a dream, but maybe that's the key to the lock that stops us from prosperity. Don't stop. Give him now. I bought the lyrics from South Cafe Gratitude. Give him $100,000 now. I'm a superstar. Hey, feet, take your shirt off and bounce up and down. Oh, fajita pita in his hand.
Yeah, Pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much. Except 50 years later, and I'm reading it in a podcast,
Yeah.
and they're in fucking like, right
Yeah.
now they're in Salt Lake
When
City
I was in eighth
front
grade.
of 30,000 people, and they're 60, laughing, loving.
Bob
Wow.
Marley, Bob with the buffet.
Red hair, tied back with the rubber band. Blew me a kiss, floated up to the sky. Looked in the mirror, dived in the black eye. Fucking green worm punched me in the river. Then I box armadillo. Then I woke up punching my pillow. Fairfax High, you got to be the zero. Where I know, and then
Lakers
I do this, and then you
Lakers.
do this. The Lakers are the best. The Lakers, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I like the Dodgers too. Chavez Ravine, good luck in the playoffs. Fernando Valenzuela was on my team. Here, sir. Here's a million.
Here's $100,000, Seth. Thank you.
$100,000
For those lyrics.
for that lyrics. Oh my God.
If you happen to have a box of spaghetti in your pantry.
Oh, hold on. Before you, this is another.
What?
Throwback. This
Oh,
was another.
okay.
This was pulled from the archives. Science. This is from the UhhYeahDude Science Archives.
Science covenant.
So I don't know if this
Covenant
only
of
applied
Science.
when I
At the time.
originally stuck
August
into that paper.
2018.
August 2018.
If you happen to have a box of spaghetti in your pantry, pull out a single spaghetti stick.
I'm listening.
Hold it at both ends. Why do you not have this? Why can't I do this right now?
I know. Should I?
Do you have one?
I'm sure she does.
Pull out a single spaghetti stick. Mr. Mummy. And now bend it until it breaks. How many fragments did you make? If the answer is 3 or more, pull out another stick and try again.
What?
Can you break the noodle in 2? If not, you're in very good company. The spaghetti challenge has flummoxed even the likes of famed physicist Richard Feynman, 39, who spent a good portion of an evening breaking pasta and looking for a theoretical explanation as to why the sticks refused to snap in 2. Feynman's kitchen experiment remained unsolved until 2005, when physicists from France pieced together a theory to describe the forces at work when a spaghetti, and any long thin rod, for that matter, is bent. They found that when a stick is bent evenly from both ends, it will break near the center where it is most curved. The initial break triggers a snap back effect and a bending wave or vibration that further fractures the stick.
Vibrational power snaps it into more than just.
Yeah, so that the release of energy in the initial snap isn't enough to relieve that energy. Some of that energy bounces back and snaps it again.
And then it shoots right into your eyeball, and it's so, because you've broken it, the sharpest piece wedges in.
But you don't know.
Now you have an eye patch.
No, you don't know though.
And then people will say, "Hey, how'd you lose that?"
Yeah, like spaghetti.
How'd you lose
a
that?
spaghetti snap.
Iraq, Operation Desert Storm, and you say, "Listen."
It was the great spaghetti
remember
experiment of 2005.
2018, August 2018. Do you remember when all the science heads were doing that old thing? No? Gabagool?
Well,
no. I throw it against the wall to see if it sticks. That's how but then before I could do that, I kind of blinded myself.
That was the
And I
great.
shut down the urgent care.
That was the great spaghetti
And
experiment.
then the urgent care was like, your eyeball's bleeding, and then we can't really deal with that. We deal more with Band-Aids and Neosporins. So then I kind of waited at the hospital, and then by that time I was really bleeding, and that sucked. Got dizzy, exhaustion, almost died. You know how that is.
You know you can die
you
from
work, so
exhaustion.
many shifts, you die.
When you take all your friends'
You
shifts.
just can't stop taking all your friends' shifts so they can go to all the concerts.
At night after the
You know,
after the shift, you go to
all the
concerts. You die.
You know how it is.
Fuck, man. I don't know, bro. I didn't get to this in the last episode, so I'd like to get to it now. If that's all right with everybody.
Buddy, listen.
Freehold Township,
Oh, fuck,
New
man.
Jersey.
Ah,
In 2020, a saxophonist, Steve Barlotta, was recovering from a near-fatal bout with COVID-19 that included 24 days on a ventilator.
Ay.
He made a promise to everyone who treated him at the Centra State Medical Center. He said, I'm going to play a concert out in the parking lot for everyone. A neurological clinical specialist said, who helped Barlotta bounce back from a near total paralysis. And we were all like, okay, You know, people say stuff like that all the
sure
time,
they
and then they
do.
go home and they get sidetracked. But he and his band, Sensational Soul Cruisers,
Oh boy.
performed a 90-minute concert. Oh,
God.
9-minute? Nope, 90-minute concert on the hospital's campus as a thank you to the doctors, nurses, rehab therapists who saved his life
What a
and restored
fucking terrible
his
thank you.
health. Yeah, it's
What a
sweet.
terrible thank you. So let me get this straight. We saved your life
To hear you play
in the way that
sax
we pray. You want to stand outside for an hour and a half while you play the fucking saxophone
with your band.
with your band.
the Soul Survivors. What are the
Like,
Soul Cruisers?
Yeah,
the White Soul
the white
Cruisers.
COVID soul survivors.
Honky Tonk Soul Cruisers.
You know us. We all survived COVID.
Listen,
Yeah, it's very sweet. It's
The
also
COVID
very like, long.
conquerors.
The COVID conquerors. Bloop, 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 bloop. You
90
guys still
minutes is
playing?
too long.
90 minutes is so long.
to stand in a parking lot
Just
of
do-
your work.
Just do one song and I'll wave to you from the window with my scrubs.
yeah.
I'll just hold up a sign like
boop, boop,
save-
boop, boop, boop,
saved
boop,
your
boop,
life.
boop, 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 boop.
Boop, 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 boop. Does anybody know what this one's from? And then people are just like, ooh, we
The
coulda
COVID
just-
conqueror.
We could have just let him go.
We should have let it
We
slip.
should have let it go.
Coulda-
I didn't think he was serious.
I didn't think
we
that-
get promised everything when we save these people's lives.
We didn't know.
I'll
It
be-
does seem, of all things, a sax player to have their breath back.
It's so
It's so
so
symbolic.
beautiful. Yeah. What if what if it was a marathon runner? The same. The things or what if it was just like, I don't want to hear you play your sax.
Is that okay?
Is that okay?
I'd
Alive
like
or
to just-
dead? I want you alive. I love you to death.
I'm fine with
COVID conqueror. But let's keep the concert in your own head and out of my fucking life. Because I work all the time. And I have a minute for your bullshit. Oh, he's back? Oh my God, he's in a huge, it's like dude's pulling tubas out of this fucking wagon. He doesn't think I'm fucking coming out here for this.
He
It's
doesn't think I'm
raining
walking
out. He doesn't
outside.
think I'm leaving the fucking house or my building.
My fucking office.
I mentioned we did shows. It was Saturday, October 1st, and I thought that On Patrol Live was going to do that ride along, and they didn't do that ride along in Richland County because motherfucking Hurricane Ian reared his fucking
Ugly.
destructive,
Ugly head.
head. So that's been put on. It's been postponed. So they're on notice that we're watching for this. We will certainly keep you posted if anything pops off or goes awry on that ride along.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
It didn't happen.
but yeah, the rain was coming down because I was like, this is not the night.
This is a bad. This is a
bad-
spooky
it's like-
setting.
yeah, there's like down
people are like,
power
why
lines,
did you let this
yeah,
happen?
people
Like you shouldn't have put this
people
person
like
in
canoeing by like on the highway, like
the
bad
grisly
night
night
to
to do
just,
that.
Yeah.
Fair.
Wrigley's Extra sugar-free gum is going to release a new flavor, pink lemonade. Something I'd like to try. It's going to come in January of 2023, so I want everybody to be on the lookout for that.
Sorry, this is Wrigley's.
Extra, you know that extra, that really thin. It's the thinnest. They slice it like a fucking Sorvino, like garlic. In Goodfellas.
Yeah, and it's a sugar-free stick,
stick.
like old school stick, right?
Yeah, with the foil. You got to have the foil. You wrap
Powder.
that up and then you throw it at a classmate. You're right.
Flick it.
Throw it in her hair. Girls have
Okay, so
booties.
they're coming out.
Pink lemonade flavor. You can get behind that. Limited edition. So I was like, okay, so it means, am I going to be able to find it?
Well, limited edition, but telling you a year in advance. Usually limited
Telling me
editions,
it-
they drop like a month before
They're
or
like,
something.
here it is. This is limited. But I'm telling you in October, it's coming in January. It's limited, but it's going to be out until 2025. So there's a lot of mixed signals Wrigley's giving us. So wait a minute.
It's 2
You
year
want
limit.
me to tell the people that listen to my podcast 6 years in advance?
Run, don't walk to next year.
Run, don't walk.
But wait.
Crawl, don't fucking die. Because in 6 years, Pink Lemonade Extra is
It's gonna
coming out,
drop.
but it's going to be
Super
limited
limited.
edition, so you won't be able to find it
For
But
3 years.
It's going to be here till 2030.
And available everywhere.
But not.
In unlimited number.
But if you find it. Okay. Wrigley was founded in 1891. That's 131 years ago.
Where?
In Chicago. Wrigley. I know. It's now owned by the Mars Incorporated conglomerate. Now, in 1984, they released in the United States The first sugar-free gum came in 1984. 77, 8, 7, 9, 80, 1, 2, 3. You were 7 years old.
But that means that you used to be able to that extra used to be extra. It used to be sugar. It used to be just regular ass bubble gum.
Oh no, I don't know. I think that extra they released.
So just Wrigley
this was
released
this
its
first sugar-free gum
in what year?
in 84.
And what was it? Does
in
it
the
say
UK,
what it was called?
Oh,
Extra.
Extra.
Oh, so Extra was the first sugar-free gum that Wrigley ever. Okay, fine.
in the UK they had sugar-free gum from Orbit in 1977. So over in the UK,
What about Trident?
Let's look it up.
Because Trident, started as a sugar-free gum, right? They weren't a gum that converted from sugar to sugar-free, right?
Like Double Bubble or some like.
Yeah, that like
Find out when
we
Trident dropped.
Sugar-free.
Oh yeah, because Trident, right? They have that cinnamon gum that has sugar, right? The regular Trident.
That's sugar.
Yeah, right. So when would be? Who's older, Wrigley or who owns Trident? That could be a.
Oh, this sucks.
That could be Sherman
we're supposed
Williams.
to do this type of work ahead of time.
Well, there wasn't a question I thought of.
I know,
I'm sorry.
but it's the.
I should have thought of that.
But this is why people don't like us.
That's it. Because we're talking about like gum.
No, I think that's okay.
Oh, that's all right with them.
I think that's fine.
Like, yeah, but they'll talk about
But
something.
now
you
you're
like,
talking about
but then they'll
like esoteric
then they
gum.
go chew, yeah.
Chew gum.
Chew gum. Talking about like Native Americans chewing like different kinds of gums and like from tree bark and that's great.
Well, I was
It
actually
just
going to
was like
ask, where
like-
does it does all gum? Do we grow gum domestically?
Gum grows in the piece like as it comes out of the ground. You pick it. How you plant the seed is based on like Big
up
League
to you-
Chew
that's up
as
to
a
you,
shred.
man.
It's a different kind of a seed.
Fuck, man. Just go.
In Gombe, Kinshasa, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly known as Zaire, at 8 Port Avenue, grand opening, brand new, lines around the corner, Fat Burger.
Where?
I hope I'm pronouncing this right, it's Gombe, Gombe, Kinshasa, which is in the Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly known as Zaire, at 8 Port Avenue.
Didn't they just drop Thailand? Didn't they just drop in Thailand?
This is at 8 Port Avenue. So just,
Gombe.
if you're there,
In Gombe.
be like, if you jump in a fucking cab, be like, take me to 8, not 18, 8 Port Avenue, because the Fat Burger is fucking popping off.
I am seeing some crazy gums from the early days of America.
Oh, like
So,
for sale, like in
American Chicley Company
stores.
was a chewing gum trust founded by Thomas Adams, along with Edward Beeman Gum.
Oh,
But the Thomas Adams one, the American Chicley Company, was Trident is a brand of sugar-free gum originally introduced by American Chicley shortly before it was bought by Warner Lambert in 1962.
okay. Well, that's before
But did not reach.
1984.
But also, the American Chicley Company was like the pictures I'm seeing for like Pepsin Tutti Frutti gum and California gum are from 1800s,
That are sugar-free.
1818
Or just gum.
gum.
Chewing gum.
But it seems as though the original sugar-free gum they were introducing it in 61.
Well, how come on the Extra website, on Wrigley's Extra website, they told me that 1984 released the first sugar-free gum? Why do you think that is? Do you think that they're lying?
For years, Trident was promoted with the slogan, 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
Amazing. And when was that?
When? What?
What year was that?
That... What year was what? The slogan?
No, not the slogan.
Oh,
We're saying,
they're
when did
saying the Trident brand was originally introduced by American Chicley,
Okay.
which shortly after was purchased by Warner Lambert, which I believe is a UK. No, Warner Lambert is from Philly.
Okay.
That was founded in 1856.
But I'm talking sugar-free.
It looks to me like they're saying they introduced Trident as a sugar-free brand in '61 before Warner Lambert bought it.
Wow.
Well, like, listen to us. People are like, these fucking idiots.
Losers.
What are these idiots? I'm looking at Dentine and I'm
Yeah.
like resisting the urge to click on it and reading the history of Dentine.
I want to get. You don't think that this is blowing my mind that I'm on Extra's website and there's. Could it be that?
But
they're
are we
saying-
doing ourselves a disservice? Are we supposed? Is it okay that we are fascinated by this, but that we should just set aside time to delve into it as
our own as our secondary
No.
podcast?
Yes.
Chewing Gum Podcast, where we delve into the histories
the
of
American
chewing gums.
chickly companies?
You know, I gotta say, obviously, thank you for listening.
Warner Lambert was sold to Pfizer in 2003.
That's
Pfizer sold the candy unit, Adams,
that
which was
makes
part of it,
sense.
to Cadbury Schweppes.
because the BA4 BA5 covariant that you can get that
Same
in chewing
time.
gum.
Well, they give
The
it
booster,
to you.
you
It's
give
how
it-
they give it to you.
You get it in a chewing gum now. Thank you, obviously, for listening and for all this time and for indulging us, I guess. Or maybe you enjoy it. Maybe that's why you listen.
Oh, fuck, I hope so. Because
God,
if
I
you're
hope
not
so.
doing that, then you should stop. If you hate this,
If you hate us,
if you hate
if
this,
you hate this voice and everything it says,
then do all of us a favor and stop
Well,
torturing yourself.
I guess it would make sense that
Stop
that
hurting yourself.
Don't hurt you. We don't want you to hurt yourself. But what
the
I'm
slogan
assuming,
after 4 out of 5 dentists, because I think they
Okay.
got sued for it, was
Definitely.
in the early 2000s was Trident. See what unfolds. Because I guess they still did the foil. It was still wrapped in foil.
See what unfolds.
It's terrible.
I don't like that. Yeah. So I guess super thank you. We started at episode 1. That makes sense, right? That's usually what you start with. It would have been weird if we just numbered at 11 and started try to cheat 10 episodes. We started at 1 and we're at 950. So that's a testament to everybody that's listened to the show, that's ever donated any money, that's ever called, written, thought, mentioned. Super thank you. As we, I guess we're on a road. Well, we got to fight to get to that 17th birthday, because a
think that's the-
17-year-old,
it's more-
17-year-old that's an adult. Or
Well,
is
it's
it
also first year driving. We got a lot to
kind of
we got to be
finishing up high school?
Yeah.
You're
There's a
really
lot-
becoming
a lot at play there.
true
So
adult.
I think it's important what you're saying also, that I think it is the focus for us should be maybe at 17 that's first.
Okay.
That's first.
Well, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
No, and we
want to
shouldn't.
take it
And-
episode
and-
by
and-
episode.
and-
We really should be just saying thank you and say, hey, come back for 951. Got to
Right.
focus on 951.
Please.
But-
Let us focus on 951, please.
Please stop talking about 950 when I'm focused on 951. But actually, no, I guess in everything we've talked about in 950 episodes, which is a million things, thank you for
indulging us, and then
yeah, and hopefully enjoying us and
enjoyed,
laughing at
50% of it.
But we talk about that. We talked about a lot of stuff in 950 episodes.
A lot of stupid shit.
Thousands of things.
Dumb shit.
A lot of good shit. lot
I
of
have a phone
important shit.
number, 323-387-3570. If you would like to
Look
text
up there,
or call
We're about to lose some.
that number, or you could leave a message at the toll free.
888-842-2357. Thank you so much.
We are fully
in love with you.
in love
Thank
with you guys. And it's just I absolutely fucking love it, and I love it because I do things, and then people are like, "Can you not do that?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's like so annoying." And then I do other things, and people are like, "Please do more of that." And I'm like, "Oh right, like that's easy. I'll gladly do more of that because I really enjoyed that too." And it's a great thing. I think if you probably can tolerate it.
Well, I would.
If you can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it's probably totally great if it's tolerable for you. But if it's not, then please stop.
Yeah, because we're not in control. We're not in control of that.
No.
But what we do control is the episodes themselves of doing them, and I guess we're trying to make each other laugh and trying to make each other enjoy it. it's succeeding for me. I cannot speak for you.
No, I think,
And
I
I
think you
hope-
can if you watch. I mean, you see me thoroughly enjoying myself.
You're a very good
and
actor. You're a very good actor,
no,
though.
that's true. I mean,
Very good actor.
I can attest to
you
the
could drive here and be like, I did not enjoy that, and
No,
he thinks
I-
that I did with my laughter.
Expert fake
Laughter.
laugh. my legendary
So
fake laugh.
I guess I'm assuming that
At least some of you.
that you just like you like the
Down with
podcast. I like it. I mean, I listen to it. He gives it to me, and I listen to it, and then I laugh, and I say to him like, "Oh man,
We put that out.
that was like, I'm so
You should
happy
put
that
that
we
one
did
out too,
Put 949 and 950 out
like you did the other ones.
for real this time." Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a October 2022 is a long way away from February of 2006.
It's a bajillion
And
miles.
one episode is a long way away from 950 episodes.
Yeah. And
So that's
thank
wild.
you. And for whatever leg of this journey, however
Totally.
long it has been, it's
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic that we're still here. So I mean,
I still hear from
that's-
people that done fell off and then now
Got
they're
back
back
on?
on. Which
No,
is
I
funny.
know. I mean, that's-
also people that more recently, like really recently, and that's funny to
that
me.
just coming in right now, being like, "What the fuck?"
That's funny.
That's got to be a trip too. Be
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck have you guys been doing
What
all
have you
this
been
time?
talking about
What the
for
fuck?
fucking
What the-
16 and a half
yeah,
years?
Like, this is
You guys are
awesome.
fucking crazy.
What's wrong with you though?
Yeah.
Like, how have you been doing this? Why have you been doing
totally?
this?
I think that's Like,
Well, yeah,
that
that's a
stuff.
treat. I would be. I mean, it kind of happened to me. I called you about it actually, in a smaller way, but in my own life, I stumbled into a musical artist that I've known about and I've always enjoyed, but I didn't not understand the breadth of this person's work, and I've come into their entire catalog in one fell swoop, and it is like
That artist is Billy Ray Cyrus.
I am not sure if you know
Do
about
you
him.
know
how
about
thin
hearts?
he is,
How hearts can
how
ache?
young he is,
And how they
at
can
heart.
break. No,
How old is that girlfriend of his?
Mr. Ray Cyrus's lover, he has taken a lover.
A young.
She looks to be younger than him. That's all I know. I don't really.
I think
don't
it would be
deal in
fair to say-
ages. I don't. I
No.
only deal in energies.
I'm not trying to
I know that
cast
two
any judgment.
Fucking twin flames came
I know
together
that he
through
looks
the love of music.
He looks younger with her than he does on his own.
but that's because the young kids know how to use the filter.
That's what it is, and they also know how to use a flat iron apparently as well.
The younger people know how to use the flat iron.
little bangs.
Listen, he's always been a very handsome man, but this look that he's cultivated, Mr. Cyrus, when I thought that I was looking at a picture of a member of BTS,
No, I mean yes,
because the
I thought it was
the porcelain skin was so
I thought it
beautiful,
was a joke, but then
dewy.
the other one in the truck, I was like, "Oh, this isn't a
Oh.
joke." I thought it was like they're like taking the piss, Like I was like, you know what I mean?
Yes. So I've some English friends. You know the English beat.
Just remember the specials.
So yeah, but yes, you're talking about. You're probably talking about an electronic artist who flourished maybe in what we're talking 70s, 80s, 90s, and you're discovering catalogs. Isn't it nice to be 45 years old and discovering?
But
new
then
sounds
when
and
you
music?
discover something that you
That
thoroughly
has a-
enjoy, and then you find out that there's like
Oh, no,
1,000
there's like
of
a
it,
million of them, yeah.
I was like kind of like, holy shit, like this is like a real treat.
That's
Like
awesome.
this is really like something of significance for me at this point to come into, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I know this person and I like their stuff, but I just didn't understand how much of it and how high quality it was. And at this point of having listened to that stuff, to find that much of something, it's like, holy shit.
That's awesome.
I thought I was running out of it, and it's like, apparently I'm not, and I would think that maybe this show, hopefully it's, if it triggers that place for you and you came across it now, like you're saying, like, and be like, oh yeah, but it goes back like 1,000. You're like, ooh. And like for someone like you who also like loves to like see what things were then, it also,
Yeah,
like, for
give
somebody
it
who
full
just from an
context.
archive standpoint, to be like, I can't wait to like hear your guys's ideas then versus now, if just from a sheer human observational standpoint,
But
most important
right, because we're really dealing with like essentially
now.
the here and now, be here and now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm
Just come back for 951 because it's
Yeah.
Ain't as good as I once was.
I'm
But
good
I'm
as once as I ever was.
was.
That's true.
So come back for 9:51, and we will prove that.
I promise to prove that at 9:51. Should you
That
choose to meet me
should
there?
Meet me at that old adage. Patreon, if you can.
Yeah.
It's a way to say thank you for just that. Hopefully that you're enjoying this. Please come back. Definitely call the voicemail. Tell a friend. Tell a friend. A new friend.
Still works. Make a new friend and then tell them about this show.
Make a friend.
Lose them just as fast.
No, strengthen that bond.
Yes, that's
Make
right.
a friend and use that
That bond.
Use that bond.
No, use the show to strengthen that bond.
To
embolden that bond.
To strengthen each other.
Yeah. To fill that bond with cement.
To fill it and then stick.
And then also let your arms dry in that wet
just get
concrete
into it
together.
and get stuck.
Together.
Stagnant. No, don't. No,
stagnant,
we want the
but
whole
unified.
point of these shows, the chakras. We want things to be. We want the energy flowing. We don't
houses are cleared
aligned
and cleared.
And it's like this is remember this is a heady season. The Halloween season. This is you got to be
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. You need to be focused.
Have your wits about you.
You need to have your Wiccans and wits.
I was going to say, be aware of magic around you. All types.
All in abundance. This is a season of abundance.
Of high magic.
Of high magic.
Seatbelts.
Seatbelts.